Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jozelynn. I am the owner of the business Nocturnal Witchcraft. Normally when I do readings, I don't pull before I start recording, but I wanted to get a clear oracle message at the very least before I start pulling any tarot cards, because I feel like there's been some sort of like distraction, and it's kind of, I want to say it's kind of apparent in the oracle cards here. So I have the Owl and Hop, Wisdom, the Dragonfly and Pansy, Balance, the Porcupine and Anemone, yeah, I never know how to say that, Boundaries, the Ram and Dahlia, Determination. At the bottom of the deck, there was the Deer and Oat, Healing, and underneath of that was the Lizard and Pitcher Plant, Stagnation. There feels like quite literally this determination to just get out of your situation, to actually uphold some boundaries. Maybe you're a pushover, or sorry, my there are neighborhood kids playing outside right now, and my parents are working on the room directly above mine, so I'm sorry if you hear a lot of background noise. Anyways, but you may have been a pushover, or maybe are a pushover, and I'm not saying that to be mean. A people pleaser. You don't really have strong boundaries, or you have a history of not having strong boundaries, and it kept you stagnant. Literally, it kept you frozen. I'm seeing the rune Isa just literally stuck in one place, and everything has been just kind of thrown out of whack, and you're like, oh my god. Like, you've reached the point you're like, I need to get the fuck out, I need to do something about this. But this time I feel like you've come to realize as well that it's brought some wisdom. It's brought this feeling of determination. And it's even helped you heal some things that you may have been running away from. Some things that you didn't want to face. Being in this still moment in your life is like forcing you to face the things that you were just constantly running away from. Excuse me. My throat, I've started having so many problems with my throat ever since I started recording. And maybe you have problems quite literally voicing your opinions, speaking your mind. God, man. All of my runes are up there. I felt like grabbing my runes. I've been getting back into runes lately, and I want to use some for this reading. But let's get into the tarot first here. The Three of Cups. Okay. Queen of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Arrows, aka the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Star and the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. When I look at the Three of Cups and the Queen of Wands specifically, I almost feel like, even though they came out separately, it feels like they're supposed to be together. It also kind of feels like these two, the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Arrows, are supposed to be together as well. It feels like in order to achieve this, I want to say a leadership status or an authoritative status. The number 8 is coming to mind. If you're really big into like numerology or life path numbers, 8 is the CEO, the visionary, the boss, the executive, the business owner. They're a leadership, just like a number 1, just in a different sense. And it's like, if you want to achieve this type of status, this type of role, this type of confidence, the Queen of Wands does not give a shit about your opinions. She doesn't care what you have to say or how you feel about her decisions. She's just going to do them because she knows that that's what she wants and that's the way to go about it. She's very self-assured. But in order to kind of achieve that level of being, you're going to need some help, some friendship, some sense of community. I'm seeing like bees. Bees work in hives. They work together to serve their queen. With the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Arrows, I feel like this is almost a warning. Not very scary. But it's like, if you stay too long looking at everything you've done, this isn't necessarily looking at, oh, what you've accomplished. I'm getting the sense of more, it's like looking at what you've done so far in this life, good and bad. Looking at what you've built. If you look at it too long, you risk robbing yourself of some opportunities. You risk missing out on some things that Spirit really wanted for you. With the Star and the Hierophant, it's almost like this is saying, like, well, hello, potato. My cat. Oh, I don't think you can go that way. Come on. Let's go around this way. Yeah, there you go. I feel like this is saying, like, there's still hope to achieve balance again. And achieving balance starts within yourself before you can have it outside of yourself. Let me grab my runes. Okay. Oh, and I also need my book with my little cheat sheet in it. Here we go. All right. I feel like this reading is very cut and dry. Like, there's no hidden message. There's no loose ends to tie up. there's nothing that's like dangling or hiding or anything like that. No ominous message or anything. It's very like to the point. Okay. Tell me what this collective needs as a last message. As a last message from Spirit. What does this collective need to know? Well, I'll take the one that fell into my lap. It was actually came out like that. Wow, look at that. The rune I said that I was talking about earlier. I'll take the ones that stick out to me the most. There was another one. It was this one. I know I probably don't read runes correctly, but I have found my methods to be effective nonetheless. So I am going to hold up each rune with their name on the screen so I don't mess this up. Alright. Hopefully you can see this. So, I almost feel like these runes are telling a timeline of events, because the first one we have here is completely reversed. And the upright position stands for water, flow, intuition, psychic ability, feminine energy, growth. And it's reversed, which means that there is lack. There is a diminishing quality here. And then the second one is halfway. And the upright position is destruction, chaos, interference, misfortune, transformation. And then, of course, we have this one, the third one, which is obstacles, stagnation, delay, coldness, a standstill. I don't know if I said that already. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then the fourth one, this middle one here, actually is upright. It's supposed to be this way, but it came out this way. Upright, it's supposed to say or mean for daylight, hope, success, breakthrough, transformation, balance. And so it's in this first part, there's this lack, there's this diminishing quality, there is this almost hopelessness, this standstill, having all of these obstacles and barriers that you have to get over, and it's just absolute madness, but it's you're trying to make the madness work, but it wasn't working, and it's just bad news. just bad news. And then moving forward, these are all upright. So this one, harvest, reward, natural cycles, fruition, fertility, growth. And then death, rebirth, regeneration, change, magic. Where's the other one? Oh, and then heritage, tradition, family ties, inheritance, ancestral property. And this rune right here at the very end really makes me think of the Hierophant. So it's you're stuck in between two worlds, two different lives right now. You're stuck in between two timelines. I hate doing that new age type of talk, but that's really the way that spirit wants me to say this, is you're coming off of one path and jumping onto another. I'm hearing like you could have stayed on that path. You could have just stayed where you were familiar, but you're choosing to get out of that because you can't take it anymore. And that's exactly what Spirit wants you to do. And so you're in the middle of transitioning over here. You just kind of have to get your footing a little bit. It's almost as like you're like, okay, I see the steps I need to take. I see everything so clearly now. I just need to know how I'm gonna get there. I see the steps. How do I get to those steps? How do I do that? How do I do this? You know? A lot of you need to start journaling, especially your dreams. If you've been having very, very vivid dreams, it is very important that you start writing those down. Try to reconnect to water. Especially if you are a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Reconnect to that feminine side, because that was lost somewhere along the way. You had to harden, and that that hardened cage that you created kind of had you be lost in touch, caused you to be lost in touch with your feminine side. And the Queen of Wands, she's feminine. She's very, very feminine, despite popular belief. But yeah, a lot of the answers you need are within you. Praying, journaling, writing down your dreams, talking to your spirit guides, lighting a white candle, lighting a white candle or a gray candle for clarity is recommended if you need a little bit extra boost. But you're gonna be fine, as long as you don't dwell too much on the past. I think you're gonna be fine. None of this seems very urgent. None of this seems very dire. It all seems very like, here you go. This is it. Which is actually kind of interesting. I feel like some readings, when they're like this, they're a little bit more energy behind them, but there's the energy that is supposed to pick up isn't supposed to be for after you've crossed the hard part, and this is the hard part. Then the energy will come. But yeah, if this reading resonated, like, subscribe. I don't say that in my videos. I don't like saying that in my videos, but I'm gonna start saying it because apparently it works. But like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, again, I have my website linked down below in the description, so we can go way more into depth into your personal situation if you would like to have some more clarity. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time of day it is when you are watching this, and blessed be.